Welcome to the Juniper Vale. Today we're going to be talking about the full moon in Sagittarius coming up. This is our second full moon of May. It'll be here May 31st, early in the morning. So it is also considered a blue moon. And what does Sagittarius talk about? Sagittarius is the philosopher of the zodiac. And we're going to represent it by the Temperance card here. So they like to think deeply, look over situations, really be philosophical about things, right? They're also travelers. They like to move on from things as they go. So maybe having the hummingbird is probably a pretty good image for a Sagittarius. They are finding what they need. They're constantly flipping about, doing what they need to do. All right, so I'm going to use the Borderlands Tarot, which is a bilingual deck. It's a really nice deck. It's very beautiful. And as my subject person, I'm going to use Britney Spears. She is a Sagittarius herself. And so I figured, well, let me, I like to use public figures as examples for these spreads because these spreads can be quite personal. Again, this is a spread from labyrinthos.co. They have full moon and new moon spreads. So I like to kind of show them off and use examples. I have a playlist for full moon spreads and a playlist for new moon spreads. So I'm adding these videos to that list. So if you want to look at the different spreads, you can check out those playlists that I have on my site. So this spread talks a lot about compassion. We'll be pulling four cards. And we'll be looking at compassion, expansion, where to direct energy, and purpose. So for your full moon and Sagittarius, this is a spread that you can do. You don't have to be Sagittarius. You can look at what house, let's see, what house you have Sagittarius in. You can do a natal chart, a birth chart. If you know your ascending, you'll be able to see which houses you have the different planets in and the signs, constellations. But you need to know your birthplace and your birth time. Or you could just do a full moon and Sagittarius spread for yourself. You don't have to know all those details. If you don't, that's perfectly fine. All right, so we're going to do 4 cards. First card, the 2 of Swords. This is for Britney. Let's see. Second card is the King of Wands. Third card is the Knight of Pentacles. And the fourth card is the 3 of Pentacles. So remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. So what do these cards mean? So the first card I pulled says, what deserves more of my compassion? Where have I been perhaps a bit too harsh, and what needs empathy? So Brittany got the 2 of Swords. So 2s are kind of like that yin and yang. They could also be trying to make a choice between something. Swords are a little bit difficult, but they're also about growth and development of the conscious mind. So, or they could be about stress and problems, cutting yourself off from intuition. So it talks more about like a spiritual pain rather than a physical pain. So I think what this is saying is where has she been a bit too harsh? Where does she need more empathy? So I believe this is saying that she needs to create a balance. So maybe she's feeling like she's lost her intuition, or perhaps she's hasn't been able to find that balance between stresses that she has and then focusing on development of the conscious mind, something like that. This card is basically saying, don't be so hard on yourself. If you feel like you're going through some type of issues that you feel like you need to balance, so that you can still work on yourself, but don't get caught in the doldrums of the issues. So this card is saying, be a little bit nicer to yourself. It's okay if certain things go wrong, as long as you work on them and make amends. Second card says, what part of myself needs to expand? So where in my life can I be more welcome to new adventures and change? And there I got the King of Wands. So the kings are authorities. They're the ending of the court cards in the minor arcana. So they're like the completion step. Wands are about creativity, enthusiasm, willpower, outworld activities. Brittany's a very creative person, right? She sings, she dances, she does all types of things. That's what she enjoys. Um, so I think what this is saying is that she needs to lean into that part of her. Maybe she feels like she's lost it a bit. There may be, I think she also kind of needs to lean into the fact that she has a lot of experience in being like a performer, an entertainer, and maybe she's feeling a little, um, I guess, not confident enough, or she doesn't realize how much of an authority she kind of is in like the pop world. And I think this is saying that she needs to lean in on that. She needs to focus in on her creativity, because I think that's probably going to make her happier as a person. I think she probably enjoys that a lot. So to me, this would seem like it's saying that, lean into that part of your life. The third card is, where should I direct my energy? Where should my true self aim my arrow? And she got the Knight of Pentacles. So knights are messengers. They are also talking about goal accomplishment. So they are action cards. They're ready to go. We can see here we have our little, I don't know if it's a dog or a coyote. He is ready to go, right? He's running. He's already in mid stride. And then Pentacles, we talk about business, we talk about career, we talk about protection, finances, physical capabilities, health conditions. So I think what this is saying is that she needs to focus on accomplishing any goals that she has. They could be a physical, like, health goal. They could be a material goal, a career goal. Maybe it's a combination of the different choices that she wants. So there's already something in her mind that she wants to work on. Probably has to do with the King of Wands behind it. Could be her career, and this is telling her that, go ahead, focus on that. It'll probably be really good for you. And then, what is my true purpose for this cycle? What is my place within the cosmos at the turn of this wheel? So at this point in time, she has the Three of Pentacles. Pentacles, again, like I said, are kind of like about business or physical health. The threes are the Trinity. So the threes talk about mind, body, spirit, self expression, communication, optimism, clarity. They help you to see the big picture. They talk about movement and growth. Just be careful not to spread yourself too thin when you talk about threes. So I think what this is saying, that for this cycle of the moon, her true purpose is to really go ahead and get started focusing on what it is that she wants to achieve with the Knight of Pentacles. If it's health wise, it's saying go ahead, get started, find that balance between the mind, body, and spirit. Remember to focus on self expression, and also remember to focus on communication. If it's same can be said for career wise, finances, whatever it is that she feels like doing. I go a lot back to the career wise because of the King of Wands, that creative energy. It's very good for her because I think it keeps her very healthy. So it's good for her mind, body, and soul. Because I think it's something she probably enjoys. I can only imagine what it must be like to be like a celebrity and to really obtain that level of stardom at a young age. It's probably very, you go from something you enjoy doing to now it's like too much, right? It's like, it's a lot to handle. So I think maybe these cards are kind of telling her, don't forget how much you enjoyed that. You don't have to go and do world tours or anything. But just spend that time working in creativity because it makes you happy and because it helps you health wise with your mind, body, and spirit. So that's what I got for Brittany. I mean, they sound like good cards. Um, I hope she does well for this month. I hope this treats her well. And I hope that y'all can also use this type of reading on yourself for the full moon. Yes, full moon in Sagittarius coming up. And that'll be May 31st, early in the morning. And yeah, and I'll put the link to the spread in the description so you can all go back and read a little bit more about it if you'd like. It's at labyrinthos.co. And like, share, subscribe, comment, do all those fun things for me. I appreciate it. The more subscribers I get and the more view time I get, the more fun things I can do on YouTube. So I do enjoy it and I enjoy being part of the community. So thank you for being here. Have a good day, everybody.